This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
Hey guys!
What were you doing then? Why are you laughing?
I was doing what I did last week, but you didn't notice.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Movie Chats. This is your weekly live stream. And we have got a good couple of topics tonight. We have got Nicolas Cage is our featured actor, and we have got the film Bohemian Rhapsody. Steve, first of all, mate, how was your week?
Hey, it's not been too bad, mate. I've been at work, so last day I've had today off, and I think yesterday maybe, but getting a nice bit of break now. Little one's gone back to school, so I'm trying to watch movies. So yeah, it's not been too bad, mate. You?
It's not been so bad. I've not been particularly too good this week, but the week itself's not been too bad. I've struggled this week, but yeah, I'm feeling better today. I've had 2 solid days of rest, and I feel a lot better today.
Oh yeah, with your poorly side.
Yeah, poorly little side. Yeah, yeah. It's what you get for being silly. Yeah. So other than that, we'll leave the big eventful week until pickups of the week, if you don't mind, Steve. We'll mention it.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay. Who have we got in so far? We've got Carbo in. Thank you for joining us, matey. Other than that, I don't think anyone else is here.
I've got 2 watching at the minute, so hopefully that'll pick up.
Yeah, hopefully this starts up and yeah.
Hey, Rich.
Connor forever. No, Rich isn't that. That reminds me, Rich, you need to come on when we do our featured actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
Glad you're feeling better. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.
It wasn't that bad. He just puts it on.
So I just
to look at it now. Oh.
Yeah, just to explain, I had a minor operation a couple of years ago with my lung, so it's got a bit of start.
You've got another one.
And but this is on my right hand side. So if you know your biology, this is where your oxygen comes into your body and gets pushed around. So when this lung,
overrated.
So I don't have full capacity on my lung. When it gets cold every now and then, it feels like it hardens up, and I have to shallow breathe, and I've been bad the last couple of days, and I've just literally finished work and went to sleep. That's all I've done for 2 days now. It's sorted. Yeah. What have you got one for sale? Have you, Chris? So yeah, that's why he's taking the mick at me, because I've come home from work and I was supposed to have been going to the gym, and I just went straight to bed. And I came home yesterday and I was just knackered. So yeah,
I know it's fine, really.
I'm feeling better now, though. I'm starting to breathe okay. It's Friday tomorrow, and I'm going back to the gym. So yeah, I'm feeling.
I wouldn't just give it a rest for a week. Give it a rest for a week.
Give what a rest? Me lung?
Well, yeah, just the situation. Hey, Pat, just rest it up for a week. You don't need to go to the gym tomorrow.
No, I've got to try and build my cardio, so I can build my capacity back and get my lung.
Right.
Yeah, it's long story. For those that are joining us now, sorry for you walking into the medical side of movie chats here. Right. Yeah, so we've had a bit of an eventful week, which we'll pick up in pickups of the week. I did see your mystery box that you sent to Mr. Hayden.
Yes.
Now, I am a bit surprised. I am a bit surprised, considering you're telling everybody you're a size large. How many mediums were in that box?
Look, are you trying to fat shame me now? Is that what it is? I've grown since then.
Is that don't make me laugh? Is that why you?
If you don't want to laugh, you're on the wrong show. We will finish him off tonight, ladies and gents. Keep it going. No, hey Kevin. No, I have. I'm like you. You know when you say like you're in between like large and XL. So
Yes.
sometimes some of the stuff I look at it and go, well, first of all, I can't turn it down because a lot of the stuff I don't pay full price for. You know, it's charity shop stuff. So if I see it, I like it, I'll pick it up. But in the same breath, sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. I'm predominantly a large because I like things that are a bit baggier. Like I say, I picked up that Adidas hoodie today that's an XL, so I like something that's a bit bigger as a hoodie. But no, I've just been going through some of the stuff, and then there was genuinely stuff that I've sent him that I'd put aside for him anyway. Yeah. The thing is that if you look at sort of the reselling side of it, it doesn't matter what size you pick up, does it? I've picked up small stuff before now.
I noticed though the movie chat's vest top wasn't in there, Steve.
No, that's I've kept that until we're famous, and then I'm just going to sell it off then.
Yeah. die carefully. Sorry, I meant choke carefully. Right.
But yeah, he seems to be quite happy with it. I was a bit. I'd said to him, "Let me know what you think." And then the little sod, he sent me a link that would only open up for members, which I'm not a member. So I was like, "Cheers for that, mate." So he did set it off a little bit earlier for us, just so that I could watch the video. But hopefully, get some good money out of it. That's the main thing.
Right. So let's jump over to homework, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, so this week's homework movie was Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, sorry, just let me catch my breath. Well, those of you that are on regulars to the show and know me, I am not really a big musical fan.
He loves them.
So I enjoy like Little Shop of Horrors and Blues Brothers, and that's about it really. But I can't help but sing along to Sweet Transvestite from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But when we got round to watching Bohemian Rhapsody, I thought, here we go, we are in the realms of a musical sort of like Rocket Man.
It came out at a similar time, didn't it?
Yeah. So I hadn't seen either of them, and we watched that Sunshine on Leaf or whatever.
Sunshine on Leaf.
Which was the Proclaimers one that was shit. That went off in 10 minutes. Rocket Man went off in 5 minutes. And, so this wasn't that. This was more of your 8 Mile sort of.
Hey, Mac, tonight.
Yeah. So it's sort of like your 8 Mile sort of get rich, die trying type of.
It isn't. I mean, the thing is that this movie was announced in 2010 by the band that it was going to get done, but it took up until about 2017 before anything was greenlit. And just going back to that comment there from Mac, one of the things that I found interesting about it, I was doing some research on it, and it was saying that they were going to have Sacha Baron Cohen. He was in the running to play Freddie Mercury. But the reason why he didn't was because he wanted to do it a bit more dark. So he wanted to sort of show the non-glamorous side of his illness and a few other bits as well. But it didn't work out, and they ended up going with Rami Malek. But that would have been a completely different sort of movie had he done it instead of Rami Malek.
Yeah.
Because he's not too far wrong. It is a dulled down version.
Yeah, I think that the events happened in the series of events that was portrayed in the film, but it could have been a lot clearer. Now we were talking Philadelphia last week, and it's got shades of that, hasn't it? About that whole sort of society and the parties
yeah.
and stuff like that. Now, I was quite surprised when I watched it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I really did enjoy the film, and it is one that I'll go back and watch because, like I say, it's not your typical movie type thing. Mark, what's Max saying there? The best biopic is Tina Turner. Now,
That is brilliant. Get out on the wheel, Steve, because I've got that and it's brilliant. Really is a good one. That
got to do with it. Okay.
There is actually, I think, if I'm rightly, I think there's another Tina Turner one either due out or it's out now. That's been made this year, and then I think you've got another. You've got obviously Whitney Houston's coming up as well. Carrer said he likes Walk the Line. That is a good one. Joaquin Phoenix is one of my favourite actors, and I love that film. But again, I think that film, very much like the Bohemian Rhapsody, it's the songs that make the film for me. I mean, Rami Malek is really good in it, and my favourite part is by far the recreation of the stage and the set and the last sort of 20 minutes or so in the movie, with the Live Aid. Yeah, that's good as well. Tamabell, I've got that. Elvis is another good one. I don't dislike any of them, to be fair, because the people that they've done it with, especially if you look at the Rocket Man as well, good actor, but the music in it makes the movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen Elvis. But like I say, these aren't the type of films that I go to. They're not my.
Yeah, but you're not looking at this. This isn't the Greatest Showman. This isn't a sing along all the way through.
It's the greatest waste of time.
What I'm saying to you is that it's not technically a musical. It's a biopic.
No, that's what I'm saying. But with this, with Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man coming out at the same time, that's what I thought we were getting. And let's put it this way, I'd probably sit there and watch a film about Elton John if it was done in the same way as Walk the Line or Bohemian Rhapsody. I probably would enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, Rocket Man, he just starts randomly singing, doesn't he? That's the thing.
And when he's walking around the, what's it? It could be said that all films are the greatest. No, the Greatest Showman is the greatest waste of 3 hours of anyone's life that you would.
I like The Greatest Showman. He hates it.
Let's put it this way: I'll quite happily buy a copy of The Greatest Showman if I needed a DVD or a Blu-ray to ice scrape my car in the mornings. So yeah, if we were to get Elton John in the way of Bohemian Rhapsody or Walk the Line or some of the other films, I'd probably sit there and I'll watch it. But because he walked around the cul-de-sac for 5 minutes singing fucking songs, I have no idea what was going on, and it was just not in my brain register to even give that film a chance.
What the hell's that about? I now have a new favourite Steve. Cheeky son.
I just have to remind you, Kathy, he gave away Disney mugs for free and never give them to you. Oh, The Greatest Showman wasn't 3 hours. What was it longer?
He's just saying that because it felt 3 hours. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I was traumatized for the additional time.
Although I saw the review of Con Air, which we'll go on to a little bit later from Lana. It did look like she was at gunpoint on that shot, to be fair. It was definitely some good acting.
Lana. No, she
doesn't want to have to lie again on camera.
Come and give you a review of Con Air. No, she wasn't held at gunpoint. She was just a bit surprised that, how shit it was. And to be fair, we'll get onto that later on.
Yeah, we will get onto that later. I just thought I'd point that one out. There is a shot of Lana clearly lying on YouTube.
It is her first movie review for the channel, so she's a bit nervous.
No, she's lying.
She's not lying. She's nervous. And I can't help it, but she's married to me and she's got good taste in films.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. We've got a Whitney Houston one. I watched the trailer again yesterday for it. Now I've seen a couple of Whitney Houston biopics in the past, and I mean I love her music anyway, but they've been pretty decent. So we'll see what this one's like.
I didn't even notice Peter joining us there, mate. Sorry, I was too busy dying. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Hope you're well. Yeah, so no, I really did enjoy it, and looking at it, is there a bit of a controversy over is he singing it all, or is he? She's just getting me back for that comment about the beast, isn't she? The other week. So is there a bit of controversy over the fact that Remick actually sang all of it?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Was it sort of mixed in between?
So there was a mixture of him. There was a mixture of him, Freddie Mercury, and I think they call it a sound-alike. So basically, sort of one of those tribute acts that sounds just like him. He wanted to try and keep as much of Freddie Mercury in there as he could. So there is elements of his singing, Freddie Mercury, and then this sound-alike, or whatever they call it. Hey, Sharon. But yeah, that's because I did often wonder that. I mean, you get some of these biopics and you can tell that the actors are singing them. Like, Joaquin Phoenix in Walk the Line. There's a distinct difference between it. See? I told you. It's just you. You're odd.
I'm not odd. I've just got taste.
See, this is another point. Kuro said, I love The Star Is Born. Yeah, I enjoy that, and I enjoy the music as well. But that's a remake of a remake, I think, as well. So I think that's about the third one they did.
It was a remake of a remake of it. It's about 5 different versions of Star.
Yeah, I think it goes back, doesn't it? Really back that. Yeah. There was a couple of them. I think there's one of the lads from the lad from Jurassic Park is in it, isn't he? As an adult in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue Harvest. See, you're being outvoted here.
No, what we need to do, right, is that we need a special show where we go through the top 10 for the last decade, and we'll get special guests on, and we'll talk about each of the top 10. Yeah, and we'll get a view of what's going on. Right? You're all wrong if you disagree with me, okay? Because I am in the seat, and
I'm trying to get a subscriber.
It's easier just for this to happen, See, he even cuts himself off the stream.
Like I was saying, just ignore him. Now you've got to mess around, changing us round because you don't like it this way.
There you go. We'll swap it. I hate it when I'm on the wrong side. It's like getting up on the wrong side of the bed, isn't it? You feel the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, where am I?
I haven't seen the British Show, but I feel like I have the soundtrack being played on repeat in my local Greg's. Yeah, probably. What really messes up is when they brought out another soundtrack, but sung by different people.
No, do you know what pisses me off about that? Right? We had that. Is It Me? That song, Is It Me, or whatever it was. So we had Is It Me by the actress that sings it in the film. Then we had the one that actually sang it because it wasn't the actress that made it famous. And then we got Pink did it. So just as it disappeared out of the bloody charts, Pink decided, I'm going to do it again. Like no one's heard it for 50 million years.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I did get it from a charity shop for 20p, so
Jason agrees with me. See, I'm not by myself. Thank you, Jason.
But you see, the thing is that, like, if you look at Never Enough, I think maybe A Million Dreams, that was sung by somebody else. So it wasn't actually sung by the actress. It was sung by this woman that I saw her on X Factor, actually, or Oh, it's not Britain's Got Talent. It's definitely X Factor. Because basically she didn't want to. They thought she did a better job, so they put her on it, but she didn't want to be named.
Yeah.
Or like the face of it. So, but then she's decided that she wants to start sort of singing. I forget what her name was. But yeah, it was a bit of an interesting story. It was like she didn't want to be famous, so she'd rather sing in the back. She was like a background singer.
Yeah.
For these things.
There we go. The Bee Gees.
Yeah, yes, yeah. She got the Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, she got the gold buzzer off Amanda Holden, was it?
Anyway, less about shit. Let's get on about Bohemian Rhapsody again. Would you recommend it, Steve?
I would, yeah. I mean, the thing is that as you can see, I'm a Queen fan. I've got many albums of Queen, and
You're not a Queen fan. You're just a queen.
Shut up. But yeah, I've always loved Queen. I thought they were. I think they're brilliant. Oh, they was brilliant. But for me, this was the sort of one that I was waiting for to come out when they were announcing all these different biopics. I think Rami Malek does it justice. To be fair, it is like he did say, like Max said, it's a bit of a dumbed down version of it. But I think, I don't know. I think they've gone for the entertainment factor of the music,
yeah,
rather than Freddie Mercury's story to a T. I mean, it's not massively off, but there's a lot of things that they wouldn't. I don't know how to explain it.
It wouldn't portray a lot of what is supposed to have happened in the sense of how it did happen.
Yeah,
I definitely recommend. If you haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody, I definitely recommend it. Like I say, it's not something that I go and pick up and watch time and time and time again. It's like today, I watched Beverly Hills Cop again today because it's on Netflix, and I watched the first Karate Kid film. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm older now, but I did notice a few bits in the Karate Kid that I must have forgot I've watched. But that's a film for another time, isn't it, really? But go and watch Bohemian Rhapsody. It's definitely worth watching at least once or twice. But yeah. Right, let's move on to Little Steve trying to con you that Connor is better than Face Off. Right, so our featured actor this week is none other than Nicolas Cage. Okay,
the one and only
Nicolas Cage. Now, I enjoy Nicolas Cage films quite a lot, and I know his latest stuff when he's been struggling for money, etc. And like Jiu-Jitsu, for example, has gone practically straight to DVD, and he's sort of done a Bruce Willis in that respect, but he doesn't say no to any role. Steve, what's your views on Nicolas Cage?
He's definitely my go-to action guy for the 90s. I think he brought out a lot over the last 10, 15 years that have been sort of lower budget movies. Like I say, he doesn't say no to a lot. I think he's come back with stuff like Mandy, and I've put it down on my list, but I did like The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Just because it's him having a pop at himself, really. But yeah, he's a good actor for me. He stars in a lot of movies that I can just sort of turn my brain off. Steps. Barry Norman. It's shit. Yeah, that's it, man. That's exactly what I'm saying. Nick Cage. And Carl, thank you for that. I appreciate that comment. I don't know. I don't know how to explain Nick Cage. He's
see, Carl, you're not wrong.
It's like the Jim Carrey of action. He's got so many different.
But Carl's not wrong with Ghost Rider.
No, I like Ghost Rider.
The second one, The Spirit of Vengeance, was fucking awful.
It was just about the 3D for the second one.
Yeah, but the first one was really, really good.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage, yeah. Is he the Jim Carrey of 90s action films? That's what you just said.
Hey, Ashley. Yeah. That's the way I'm looking at it, because he's got, although he plays a lot of similar roles, oh shit, there's one. He puts everything into what he into that particular movie. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Do you know what I mean? You can see it. He puts everything into it.
Sorry, Peter's just put Connor is that much fun. It's cringy with that song. How do I live without you? Who's that song by, Chris?
See, that's one of my notes there, mate. I've put Nick Cage's hair. That's one of my notes on this.
Who's that song by, Chris?
He's not going to answer now. But to be fair, though, it was released by two different people at the same time. The original singer released it at the same time as Leon Rimes did, and it was the original singer's version that won all the awards. I say won the awards. That year was the year of Titanic, so it was 97. So Celine Dion won all the proper awards, and obviously Titanic just swept everything away, really. Anyway.
So there you go. So Ashley says my hubby hates Nicolas Cage, but I think he's great. He is an underrated actor, to say the least. Now, let's get this the elephant out in the room out the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
We watched Con Air. As soon as we found out that we were doing Nicolas Cage, and me and you started again, Face Off versus Con Air last week. Now go back and watch my comparison videos, and I'm going to start doing them again. Comparing the two films, etc. Which one's better?
As long as you've changed your mind, you can do another one if you fancy.
No, I haven't changed my mind. Con Air is still not as good as Face Off.
Right.
Right.
Are we getting this out of the way now?
Have I lost little Steve? No, there we go. Right. Yeah. So Con Air is not as good as Face Off. Now we watched Con Air the other night, and Lana was sat there with me, and she was like, what's going on? Right from the off, with him turning up to the bar and whatever else, right? Mm-hmm. And after that, he gets jailed for killing that bloke, doesn't he? Okay?
Yeah.
Then she goes, this wouldn't happen, and this wouldn't happen. That prison plane wouldn't happen. You wouldn't put 15 convicts on a plane and big plane like that. But this is stupid. Everything that happened to it, the insulin with his mate, the woman guard. He said he wouldn't put a woman guard on the plane full of murderers and rapists.
Why is she picking that? There is. I'm not denying this thing's got 100 different holes in the script. It's not about that. It's not about that.
She's pinpointing every single one of them out, and that's
why didn't you just go on, love, sod off, go on.
Because I wanted her to watch it.
Right. Well, then you just got to accept of what it is.
Don't get me wrong. While we're watching Face Off, she's like, you can't just take someone's face off and glue it to somebody else's face. That's not the point of the film, B.
There you go, Carl. Thank you, mate. Thank you. That wouldn't happen either. So let's get that one out of the way. Right. So do you want to know my argument on this one?
Face Off is the better movie.
No, first of all, which has got the best cast?
Face Off.
No, are you joking?
It's got John Travolta.
Okay, yeah. What about the rest of them?
All right, yeah.
Which one's got the better cast?
Con Air. Which one's got the better story?
No. Hang on. Let me go through my argument first. Which one has the best quotes in it? Which one's got the better quotes?
Apart from put the bunny back in the box, but then I also
I'm going to show you God does exist.
But I can. But
I also
I can eat a pizza.
It's good. What's that? One.
I cannot. I also enjoyed the phrase from Face Off though. I can eat a peach for hours.
Okay, so you've got one for Face Off. How many other quotable lines do you think there is from Con Air? I would say at least half a dozen, if not a dozen. Oh, still there. So which one's got the better quote?
Yeah, Con Air. Which one's got the better story?
So basically, Con Air is Die Hard on a plane. the whole concept is
No.
Die Hard on a plane. It is.
No, it's not. No,
It
it's
is.
not. It's
It
not.
is. It
It's
is.
not. It's not
Right.
at all.
Next one. Nick Cage's hair. That is amazing. His accent's well off. It's weird, but his hair, you could rock that all day. And it's for me, it's a comedy
His
action
hair
film.
looks like fucking Ace Rimmer from Red Dwarf.
Fucking hell.
You expecting a con to walk past and go, "What a guy!" You know, it's just
even look. Steve Buscemi was awesome in Con Air.
Yeah,
I've
he
got
was awesome.
a multitude of
He
people
was
say the same
awesome
thing.
For his like 4 lines in the film that he's got to speak. Yeah, he was fucking awesome.
But you cannot deny that has got such a better cast.
It has got a better cast.
But his hair is so bad, it's good. Right? That's another thing I'm quoting. It's a comedy action film, so there's no logic to it. It would never happen, but it's a comedy action film for me. See? Yeah, exactly. And then to top it off, it's directed by Jerry Bruckheimer, so there's a shitload of explosions. The only downside to that movie is the last 10 minutes that should never have happened. And to be fair, the director never wanted to do that. He wanted it to finish when the plane came down. That was it. But then he got pushed by, I think, the studio to do another load of stunts. So, and it ends up being a bit of a crap ending. But everything else
all the way through the film, it's predictable.
But why does it have to be unpredictable?
Cue ball goes missing.
Yeah.
Cue ball goes missing. Right, so he ends up in the landing gate. Right, you're seeing that coming. What's his face? The one that goes down and
gets the best kill ever. He chucks out that plane and ends up on a car that just literally
ends up on a car. Yeah, but he's already dead before then because he's suffocated.
Oh yeah. But that is very similar to Die Hard and how he alerts the copper in the tower.
It's not Die Hard.
I'm telling you, have a look at it.
So what you're saying then? The only reason why it's good because it's another movie ripoff.
I'm saying that is Die Hard is a classic.
Is that what you're saying,
and
Steve?
this is pretty much
only good because it's
Die Hard on a plane.
Ripoff.
I'm not saying. Well, I mean, Face Off is technically original. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but what I'm saying to you is, with the cast, the quotes, the Die Hard on a plane, Nick Cage is there, the comedy in action, and the explosions because it's Jerry Bruckheimer. You are not beating that with Face Off. Face Off is a lot more of a serious action film. I can have a laugh.
Do you know what I've just noticed, Steve? Do you know what I've just noticed? People are dialing in now because they're noticing that we're arguing. We've got nothing views since we started this.
Right. Because they know I'm right.
No, you're fucking wrong.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it, Kuro. And that's what I'm saying. You could watch that anytime, over and over again. And it's still just as funny as the first time. It's still just as the action is still just as good. I'm not saying it doesn't have its plot holes, because it has loads of them, but it's not there to be a serious action movie. So Die Hard's a classic, but there's no way if he falls down that elevator shaft to try and catch onto one of the sides that he's not going to break every finger on his fucking body. You know what I mean? It's just that's it for me. That's why I think it's the better movie.
Face Off is the better film.
It's not.
It's got the better action scenes. It's got 2 great cast members. Yeah,
two. Yeah.
The supporting cast isn't brilliant. I grant you that. However, they play brilliant roles. The bloke that plays Pollux Troy is brilliant as Pollux.
But them 2 are the only 2 that carry that movie. With Con Air, I would say, if anything, Nick Cage gets outshone by at least 3 of those characters because everybody's
how can your leading character get outshone by Cyrus the Virus? You've got
Dave Buscemi's.
Granville, what's his face? But he's only got 4 lines in the whole film, and one of them he's singing that I've got the whole world in my hands.
Yeah. Thank you, Coro. See, this is it. Yeah, well, this is what I'm genuinely. I love that. I love any Nick Cage movie. There's not many that I don't like, but I'm telling you, as far as if I wanted to shove on a movie that I didn't have to sort of worry about following, it would be Con Air over Face Off, because neither of them have got a believable storyline.
Face Off has.
Oh, so that's realistic, is it?
I didn't say it was realistic. I said it was believable.
So you can believe that somebody gets the face taken off.
Yeah, but like you said in Con Air, as you said in Con Air, I can believe that those prison planes do exist.
Yeah, they do. They actually do exist.
I don't believe that they would put that mix of prisoners on a plane.
No, you'd have men, women, all sorts of people.
Yeah, and I think that the last 15 minutes of the film is a pointless bit. That whole bit where John Cusack and Nicolas Cage look at each other when they jump on the motorbikes, it's like, you're not going to tell me I'm going to stop here, and you're not going to stop me from going.
That's National Treasures.
Between the two of them.
That's National Treasures. Yeah, got it there, yeah. Sorry, go on.
National Treasures, yeah. So that bit where they jump on the bike and give themselves that meaningful look, like, you're not going to stop me, I'm going anyway. It's like, what the fucking point was that? Anyway, I think the two should do a face-off next week's. Yeah, I'm right. He's wrong. Right. Anyway,
you just can't admit it, can you? You just can't admit that my argument is stronger. Where's your argument? Because I've not heard anything yet that I didn't already know. My argument.
Film. That's what my argument is.
Oh,
it's got 2 great leading actors.
You ain't not representing me in any court of law or anything because you're shit.
Don't get outshone by anyone. It's got the better action sequences. That whole somewhere over the rainbow gunfight in the loft between the police and the crooks, that's awesome, right? Then you've got this sort of like relationship twist because obviously they swap over.
Yeah,
you know, so the bad guy goes home and sleeps with his wife. That's never addressed.
I'll sort that out.
So that's never addressed, that the fact that the bad guy's gone home and boned the good guy's wife. Is it really? you know it's happened, right? I just prefer Face Off over Con Air. I think if you're looking for a great action film, Face Off is better. If you're looking for a turn your brain off and it doesn't matter if I've missed 20 minutes, I know what's happening anyway, it's Con Air. However, Lana did raise an interesting point, though. She says, I cannot see the comparison between the two. She doesn't know why we compare the two films.
Why? Because they came out within 3 weeks of each other.
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. They come out roughly at the same time. So there you go. Anyway, right. So Nicolas Cage, top 5 films. Steve?
Okay. So this might need a bit of jigging about now because I've remembered another one. As I said to you, I will go with... Okay. So I'm going to go with City of Angels.
Yeah.
The Rock. The Family Man.
Mm-hmm.
Gone in 60 Seconds. And Con Air. And now, because I've had to pick that around, I'm leaving off Leaving Las Vegas, which I love that film. It's another Philadelphia for me. That is a difficult watch, but he's really, really good in that.
Now you've mentioned the film that does bring a tear to my eye, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Is it Gone in 50 Seconds?
No.
Oh, he's definitely Con Air then.
So I've gone Raising Arizona, The Rock, Gone in 60 Seconds, Face Off. But the one that does bring a tear to my eye is City of Angels.
Yeah.
I love that film. And yes.
Okay, are we bonding here, Steve? Is that what it is? Are we bonding over City of Angels?
I am a big softie. I am not going to lie. When it comes to City of Angels, I am a big softie. Because he finally makes a decision. He finally decides Connor is not in my top 5 films. It's not even in my mentions.
I've left it off on purpose because
Right.
I would say it's in my top 10, but no, I weren't having that.
City of Angels, he falls in love. He finally makes the decision to take the plunge and be with her, and then she dies. You know, that's just the ultimate tragedy in movie filmmaking, and it's really, really gut-wrenching. My mentions, I've gone with Ghost Rider, Lord of War, Snake Eyes, National Treasure, and Lana's said here her worst Nicolas Cage film is Left Behind.
I don't know. I don't think that was completely terrible. I mean, it was watchable, Left Behind, but then it's also like, was it Next? That was the other one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Around the same sort of time.
Yeah.
I think you've got, apart from a few surprises, I think you've got to look at it. When you put on a Nick Cage film, you need to understand that it's going to be a bit off the wall, isn't it?
See,
you know, but yeah.
Coro's put "Where's Leaving Las Vegas," and then he's called us shocking.
I literally had to pull that out because Gone in 60 Seconds is one of my 90s go-to movies.
And to be honest with you, Coro, and you're probably going to want to punch me again, I can't remember ever watching Leaving Las Vegas, so I'll have to watch that one and put that up. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put that one on the wheel.
It's definitely not it's definitely not a chick flick, I'll tell you now. Don't be sat there thinking you're having a romantic evening with that one, mate. It's no City of Angels.
No. So yeah, City of Angels. I love City of Angels, and I think it's, it's definitely one to go and watch. It's on the same line as Beaches for me.
Hang on.
What you're hanging on about now? Oh, Laney's now got a spanner.
Yeah, because I'll give her it.
Remind me to punch you. By next week, I say by next week. If I put it on the wheel, I'll wait for the wheel. But if I'm not going to put it on the wheel, by next week, I would have watched Leaving Las Vegas.
Well, what about your Justice League?
I'm finishing early from work tomorrow, so I'm going to watch Justice League in the morning, and then I'm going to finish work early, and then I'm going to go to the gym.
I went to the fucking that's it. See, that's why.
What?
See, I've just been racking my brains because I've obviously got City of Angels on DVD, but I haven't got it on Blu-ray, and I've just noticed. Mm-hmm. And the reason is it's not bloody released over here on Blu-ray.
No. Oh, I tell you what you fucking made me do, you little gobshite. And we'll pick this up later.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Just I'll remind you. Steve's got a bee in his bonnet, so remind him later this summer. But yeah, I think I'd like to say my honourable mentions were Leaving Las Vegas, obviously, 8mm. That was a dark movie when I watched that. I watched that when I was younger. World Trade Center, Snake Eyes, and The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I've got Wild at Heart on there as well, but there's a load I haven't seen. I mean, I've got Mandy in a bloody special edition thing, but I still haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Right. So let's move into movie news because I'm conscious that.
Do you want to do the wheel beforehand?
Right. Oh yes. So let's talk about the featured actor for next week.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, we're not going to do spin the wheel for next week. Okay. One of our friends of the channel, Chris Hayden, Cookie and Hayden's Car Boot Chris. You know, you probably subscribe to him. Has got a man crush on Tom Hanks. big style.
And he's a founding member of the fucking channel. Let's just
So
point that one out.
So what we're going to do is that we are going to have a Tom Hanks special next week. So we're going to talk quite a lot about Tom Hanks. He has got quite a lot to go through, his back catalogue, movies, etc. So if you enjoy Tom Hanks and you want to come on, please drop us a note and we'll send you the link so you can come on as a special guest and we'll talk about it there. However, we have got Chris already coming on, so it should be a good conversation next week with some good topics popping up there, and you'll probably have another row about some good films like Sleepers in Seattle and You've Got Mail, for example.
I want to talk this one out. Why is it awful, Coro? Come on, you can't just chuck that comment in about our Nick Cage without mentioning why. Yeah, you can't do it.
Right. Let's move on to movie news, shall we? We'll do the homework movie later because I don't know. Are we going to have a homework movie or are we just?
I don't know. I don't see why we wouldn't have a homework movie.
Okay, well, let's do the homework movie now then, since you're kicking off and shouting at me live.
I'm just telling you, you need to stick to the schedule
and bullying me.
Do you think this is the Hayden's coming off script? There he goes.
Oh no, that is the right wheel. Right, let's shuffle. Are we on?
Yep.
Yes.
I think so. Spin away. Yeah. That's a good one. I might even watch that tonight, actually.
Full version.
The what?
That's the Bruce Campbell version of The Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so we haven't got a featured actor as such from the wheel. We've got Tom Hanks, and we'll be watching The Evil Dead. So that's going to be quite cool. Homework should be watch both Connor and Face Off to sell.
What's that?
What's that? It could have been so much more entertaining considering the movie.
Okay.
About. Yeah. I have lots of copies of it. Yeah, so you've got no reason not to watch it, then, Carl, and join into the topic. Yes, Carl, it is the original Evil Dead. It's not the 2016, was it? Remake 2018.
Something like that.
Something around there, wasn't it? Yeah, Kathy, you're right. Evil Dead and Tom Hanks. What an interesting mix this next week is going to be. Yeah, I can't wait for next week. Right, let's move on to movie news. Lainey, it's called homework. You have to do homework or you end up in detention. Right, so we all know Jason Momoa, and Lainey knows Jason Momoa because she's got a big cardboard cutout of him. However, we know him as Aquaman from DC's DCEU. However, with all the news of James Gunn coming back and Zack Snyder's rumoured of coming back, yeah, with Zack Snyder being rumoured of coming back as well, Jason Momoa's put out a cryptic tweet this week that his dream role may be coming to fruition.
Okay.
Now, he has said in the past that he wants to play the anti sort of hero, anti-god Lobo.
Yeah.
You know, and he already looks like him. He's got the big long hair. He's got the muscles. He probably can ride a motorbike anyway. So what's your views on the actor playing two different roles at the same time in movie franchises?
Well, it's a big movie franchise, isn't it? But to be fair, I'm not really fussed. If he does it justice, I'm not really bothered. It's a difficult one when you see how big these characters are and whether you could see them playing another role in the same series, if you like. But you know, if he does a good job, then why not?
Are you trying to tell me that pop-up's laminated there?
Oh, bless.
Yeah. So Jason Momoa is looking at taking on another character. Number 2, Galaxy Quest 2 is in talks of being made. Now, this is 20 years after the first one, and it's also one of my favorite Alan Rickman films.
Yeah.
Is Galaxy Quest, and being a Star Trek fan, I class it as the Star Trek movie that was never made with the Star Trek cast. You know, it's the movie that we should have got. We did get fun films like Star Trek 4, etc. However, we could have got something like this from them as well. So Tim Allen saying that he quite happily do a Galaxy Quest 2 for the film's 20th anniversary. What again, you know my views on these sequels that are 20, 30 years down the line, etc. But this one I probably love because it's not really a sequel to a film, is it? It's
not
more,
that you're biased at all.
No, but it's more what the actors are doing 20 years later because it's a film about the actors playing the characters that they were famous for.
Right, okay.
Isn't it? It's not like Will Smith coming back for another Bad Boys movie or coming back as what was one of his first TV films? I don't know. Coming back as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, for example,
Yeah.
to make money.
That flopped on its ass, didn't it? That new one.
The new one did, yeah. We need a new Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
can't be thinking actually that one. Where is it? There it is.
What's that one?
Oh no, this is Friday the 13th, but I wasn't sure if because I picked up this relatively recently. I wasn't sure if part 3 was in 3D, but it is. It's got the 3D on it.
Lana, can you come and tell these people that you were not held at gunpoint or sitting on a bomb about your Carrer review?
I was not. All views were my own.
See, I still don't believe her. I can't. I think that was prepped.
It was shit.
That wasn't prepped.
Lana, I don't believe you.
She's just walking back up the stairs laughing, going, it's shit. And my last piece of movie news, and funny enough, this is announced the week that we were talking about Bohemian Rhapsody and Walk the Line and 8 Mile, Get Rich or Die Trying. Snoop Dogg is looking at doing his own movie bio.
Oh yeah. I noticed that. That'd be interesting.
That'll be an interesting watch. That'll be a very interesting watch.
See, I like the ones they do when they do like things for like it's like Notorious. I enjoyed that, but I like the sort of biopics they've done around Tupac and a few of the other rappers. That'd be interesting. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't think I've asked her. That's a good point. I need to check that one.
Yeah, see, get ready for the short form.
See, he does this on purpose, literally. If it's not him who knows him, it's somebody else. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, but don't forget, he's selling the original water bubble. You know. Evening, Dave. Yeah, so Snoop Dogg's bio will be an interesting one, won't it? It'll be an interesting watch.
It will, because he was the one that didn't he didn't get involved in any of the East Coast West Coast sort of wars. He was, but what's weird about it is obviously back then he was accepted regardless. Whereas it was a big sort of turf war and they were all rapping about each other. You know, he could literally flip between having mates on both sides and it not be an issue. I think I watched something that said he literally just, I think it was, so he stood up to Shook Knight and basically went, I don't give a shit, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's quite interesting because all the rest of them were literally at war with each other.
Right. So it's been a bit slow. I'm not going to go into like Shang-Chi 2 and all that lot because, you know,
you see John Wick's trailer dropped today, John Wick 4.
Yes. Now he's back in cahoots with the bloke from the second film, isn't he? He's back
I think
in
by the sounds of it, yeah, that's good as well, Curro, straight out of Compton. By the sounds of it, or from what I can see with the trailer, it looks like he's trying to get out again.
Yeah.
I think that's the premise of the story on this occasion. He's like, he's had enough now. He wants out, and they're sort of giving him, because he said in the first one, didn't he? They gave him, the baddie in the first one said to him, "Look, we gave him the most impossible job, on the premise that if he did the job, he'd be able to get out and away from it all." And I think by the looks of it, he's got to go to a table of these professionals. The high table, that's the one. But it looks, I'm not going to lie, I do like a good John Wick movie. They're not they're just over the top with action.
I don't mind a good John Wick movie. I just didn't think John Wick 3 was a good movie.
I just keep thinking they keep up in the ante, don't they, when it comes to the action. But you can't deny that he does an amazing job.
How do you make a comparison? It's like the Stallone versus Schwarzenegger in the 80s. One did a really good film where it killed 5 people. So one did a really good film where it killed 10 people. Then another one went on and did.
Yeah.
And then by the time we got to Terminator 2, there was something like 500 deaths in that Terminator 2. And then Rambo went on and beat that for whatever it was. But John Wick seems to be fighting with itself. You know, you lose in the storyline for kill count. You know, and I'm hoping they just give us a good story and not necessarily kill count.
Yeah.
John Wick is the new Mortal Kombat. Now, funny you mentioned that because the Mortal Kombat, one of the actors from Mortal Kombat 2's come out this week and said that it's bigger and better and more solid than the first one. Which would be good for me because, like I say, I didn't think Mortal Kombat had a good storyline. It was too
storyline, yes, but action, I really enjoyed it.
No, I enjoyed the action.
If I can, better than the second one.
The second and third time I watched it, I actually just turned my brain off and just went, right, I'm just watching that. The thingy one. The Christopher Lambert Mortal Kombat, the 90s one, that had a good story. That set it all out.
The tournament.
The tournament. Sorry. Lana's just sending me a message. It's shit. But you know, this latest Mortal Kombat, I didn't enjoy that. I just managed to turn my brain off and just watch it. No, Dave, I haven't turned it back on yet. That's why I'm entertaining the fact that Connor actually exists. Right. Anyway, so that's movie news. Let's move on to the big thing for this week, shall we?
Okay.
Right. So, little Steve rings me, right, on Monday. And I get the impression that he's not happy with me when I answer the phone. So I answer the phone and I go to my mate, you all right? And by this point, I'm in bed, right?
Right, hang on. Can we clarify that this was like literally about 20:07?
Yeah.
This wasn't 9 o'clock at night, by the way, people.
So there you go, Ashley. Great chat. Off to watch Face Off. Yeah.
See, Ash.
So, night, Ashley. So he rings me and says, "Have I had a parcel delivered today?" And I went, "No." And he says, "Well, I reckon you have." And he's been told it's been delivered. So we have a look in. He sends me a picture, and it's a special. It's like a delivered picture, and it's a box over our back gate with loads of fragile tape
Left
over.
in a safe place, I think the correct term was, wasn't it?
Yeah. So Lana's gone out to go and get it for me, and bring it in. So, long story short, what's happened is that they've scanned my parcel, and through somebody else's parcel over our back gate. So it looks like my parcel's been delivered, but we ended up with somebody else's that lives in another estate somewhere else, and my parcel is gone. So Royal Mail can't deliver a parcel, right? The correct parcel. So they scanned mine, put it in the front seat of the van, drove around the back and threw somebody else's over the fence. Hence the problem. Now little Steve is now all part of the service. Yeah. Cheers, Dave. So little Steve's then got the conundrum about what does he do with this now? Does he chase Royal Mail on the pretense that this parcel's still not been delivered? Or does he give up and say, right, it's been lost and stolen or whatever it is, and hope that it shows up at some point? So would you like to explain your, or go through your sort of action?
So my side of it is I'm sat there on Monday night thinking, I sent it Thursday, Friday, so it should have turned up by now. And I've not heard anything off him, the ignorant git. So I messaged him and said he had a parcel. In fact, I think I messaged Lana first. I said, Lana, is he had anything? I get off the phone to you after I find out what's happened, because it says it's left in a safe place and there's a photo. And I don't recognise it's not like your front door. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck is this? And you literally have to drive round the back of a car park to get to the back of his house. So I didn't recognise it. So I said, after I had a conversation with Steve and realised there was a mess up, because it had said it had been delivered, it wasn't delivered, and this was clearly not his parcel. And I said to Steve, in fact, Steve pointed out, the irony was, the parcel that they threw over the fence had fragile tape all the way around it. And they launched it over a fence. So anyway, I get off the phone and I try and ring them up. I'm on hold for about 20 minutes and then it cuts off because it's 8 o'clock. So I ring them up in the morning, start going through that whole palaver. They couldn't understand why I was chasing something. They couldn't understand what was going on. I basically said to them, look, your parcel that's been delivered is the wrong parcel. It's not mine. It's for somebody else. And mine's now saying it's delivered. So I spent 2 days chasing it, 3 days chasing it, and eventually it's turned up. But then I had a phone call 10 minutes after Steve had gone and picked it up from a manager somewhere that had been escalated to, and said, oh, it was an agency person. Because it's the one and only time that this thing's ever been launched over your fence, isn't it, Steve?
It's the only time Royal
From Royal
Mail
Mail.
have launched
Yeah.
something over from your fence.
What it looks like they've done is they've gone to the front of the house, scanned it, realised nobody's there, then gone, right, well, put it back in the van, drove round the back, and then picked the wrong parcel up and chucked it over. But I was speaking to Chris yesterday, and Chris was like, you probably lost this. It's probably gone now. I bloody hope not. So, but this parcel had been sent to me. I took out a few bits out of it that I knew Steve didn't want. And then I've literally, within the space of about 10 minutes, I packaged it all back up again. And then gone to the post office and sent it to him, hoping that nothing would go wrong.
Yeah, it's Dave saying bloody agency he's surrounded with.
The thing is, Dave, it was 48-hour tracked, this particular parcel that had been chucked over his fence. And then, to top it off, Lana had said to us, oh, we're out tomorrow, because they were going to come and pick it up. The postie said, well, we'll pick it up and we'll deliver the right one if we've got it. And I said to him, well, they're asking if they can deliver it themselves because they're not in. Hey, Cherry. And they went, yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. And apparently, Steve was saying, and I've told him today actually when I spoke to them, the guy gave you a right earful for doing their job for him, didn't he?
He said, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that." And I was like, "Done what?" He said, "Delivered the parcel. I was here to pick it up." And I'm like, "You shouldn't have threw it over my back fence."
Yeah.
It's the wrong fucking parcel. Anyway, that's the bit of it. So should we show you what all the fuss has been over?
Yeah.
So I got a parcel. So he won this as part of Nick's auction. Laney's auction on for the charity weekend. So I got Trailbreaker. I got a Megatron magnet. I also got Transformers the movie on DVD again. Lana said, "What the hell have I bought this for again?" I said, "I haven't. I got this delivered today. Got that parcel." And then the two pieces that I can't wait to have play with. The first one is the GoBots jigsaw. I want to make sure that's all intact. I want to have a go at doing that. And then this.
Oh God, here we go.
Now I'll get this working. I'll check if it still works, and then I'll probably put a short on the channel. But this was amazing. I can't wait to have a look at this one. But yeah, when I was asking him what was in the parcel, and he wouldn't tell me what was in the parcel, just in case I didn't get it, I can understand now why what he wouldn't have told me. So there you go.
See, we'd had a conversation before that auction where I'd messaged him and said, "Oh, this is coming up," and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know," but he'd had a conversation with Laney, but obviously it went to an auction. But I had an inkling that he wouldn't be watching that night, so I've literally I've kept a few of the bits. I've got the little fish as well, which is cool. So Carl, thanks for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with a human body and the little Marvel thing that I'll probably go on a shelf. But ultimately, you better not ask for anything for Christmas.
So speaking of Chris, who did you get in Chris's Not So Secret Santa?
Bell, Tam and Bell, Bell.
You got Bell from Tam and Bell.
Mm-hmm.
You end up with the Optimus. You end up with an Optimus Prime. I love you.
I'm well chuffed with that. I like Tam and Bell. I like everybody.
I got Peter the Monkey Thrifter, who's not in the chat tonight. He's off putting himself in Benidorm, isn't he? If you look at his Facebook posts.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He's enjoying himself away there. Steve, would you like to go through your pickups, mate, not including the bacon butter you're stuffing your face with?
Well, I said veggie burger, but yeah, we'll do. So I'll go through these relatively quick because I did a video. So I went to Manchester over the weekend to my brother's children's christening. He wasn't massively happy about it, but to go to the school that they go to, they have to be christened apparently. So he got forced into that. So I went to the CEX. For those who haven't seen the video, I got White Gold Series 1 and 2. She's on Netflix, which is good. I've got a classic basketball.
I love that film.
Disaster movie that was like 50p, I think. So that's fodder. But it might be fun. I've never seen this, so I've got to watch it. I got the 3 Rock and Chips trilogy, the prequels. I got Forrest Gump. I got now these are the couple that I did mention on the video, but this one they underpriced it, so this is a steelbook for my collection.
Mm-hmm.
They underpriced it by £1 because they put it as the Purge, but actually it's the Purge and the second one as well. So that was a win for that. This one I'd actually checked CEX website before I went to Denton. because I noticed they had this, which is obviously the Baby Driver Steelbook.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the one I had my eye on, which is really nice. And then I picked up Hellboy.
Oh, that's nice. I like that artwork.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? This one was another win out of the same store, which was the Deadpool first one.
Mm-hmm.
Priced up as the first Deadpool Blu-ray, but it's actually the 4K version.
Okay.
So I've got the 4K Blu-ray in there, which I'm not too fussed about. I mean, obviously, I wanted the 4K anyway. Couple of bits I've picked up the rest of the week. I've got 2012 as little steelbook. So I went into Sue Ryder, and it's £2 for £1 in there. Anyway, the guy said to me, "Oh, I've got some stuff here that's just come in. Do you want to have a look?" I was like, "Yeah, okay then." So I picked up that, which is pretty cool. And Thor, the Blu-ray steelbook.
Yeah.
So that cost me 50p. So that's cool. Yeah, I was chuffed with that. Ironically, I didn't have it. Following on from Steve's, I can only have one copy of stuff. I picked up Sin City 1 and 2 in a double pack. So I did have both these. I did have both these movies, but I like the packaging on it. It was nice and cheap. So I got rid of the other ones to CEX today or yesterday. And same with Candyman. So I picked up the Arrow version of Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a different version of Candyman, but obviously this is a restored one. So this has got the dual. Obviously, with it being Arrow, you've got both sides you can use. And there is one more, but I'm going to do a video on that one, so I'll leave that one for now. But pretty much, I think that's it this week. Oh, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I might put this out as a little prize or something. But I got the Cerebro X-Men Cerebro collection on DVD.
Oh,
Sealed. But this was part. I think it was £5 for £1. So I weren't leaving that when it was brand new and sealed. It's not worth anything really.
Not.
Huh?
Definitely not worth leaving that one behind.
So I picked that one up, and I picked up a sealed copy of Snake Eyes on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad then.
So that's it, pretty much, guys.
How much are steel books? And is it literally a steel case?
What's that?
Laney, how much are steel books? And is it literally a steel case?
Yeah, it's still metal case, isn't it?
Laney,
Steelbooks vary, Laney. Steelbooks I've paid, well, you know full well, I paid 40 quid for something like Psycho. And then I paid 50p for, I mean, to be fair, in the store, I think that's about 8 quid.
He spent £35 on one just because it had the business card in it, Laney.
Yeah, that's the Psycho one, wasn't it? But the thing is that they're limited runs. So when they go out of print, then the prices start going up. Unless it's something like this where you've had absolutely loads of them done.
Yeah, there we go. So there's our pickups of the week. Like I say, it's been a bit of a boring week for me this week because I haven't been able to get out and do much and whatever this week. So I haven't picked up much. However, I did take some stuff to CEX to trade in and stuff like that at the weekend. So there was a video for that coming soon. Let's go off script, shall we, matey?
Yes.
So, ladies and gents, it's that time of the show where we throw the link in. You are more than welcome to come and join us. Now, the bit that I have got a bone to pick about with little Steve here is a certain Blu-ray that he's picked up this week.
Right. After me saying I'm just about to do a video of it, you want to talk about it?
I just want to show you. You gobshite, why is it not coming to me?
So, just to clarify, what he's on about is Judge Dredd. Now, I have been after this movie for about 5 years. I could have bought it from America, probably about 20 quid, but I wasn't it was on my list of ones to pick up, but it
Now,
didn't. I weren't doing that.
do you know what I've done now?
What?
I've ordered my own fucking copy at 13 quid. Thank you very much, because I
I
wanted.
told you, didn't I?
Yeah, it's your fault. Your fault. You went, oh, guess what I've got? And you're you twat.
So, yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll explain it on the video, but basically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, you are a bellend.
Well, I'm just happy I've got it now because I do enjoy the newer one, but that's a classic. That is.
It's an awesome film.
Yeah. I know what you'll do now. I'll do a video and you'll date it after your review. Because I've just realised that I've whipped through those pickups after I'd done a video about the pickups that's now dated for about 2024
No, your video goes out Saturday, I think.
on the 12th.
Yeah, Saturday. Let me just check my scheduling system here.
It's the 12th. I've
It's the
totally
12th.
checked. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've done loads of videos, guys. He just dates them for about 2025.
Whoa. There's our schedule. He's only got one left. The rest are mine. You know. Yeah, just to stop the baby from crying. Here you go.
You can just date it then. Just do it on the 12th. It's fine.
Yeah, to stop you from crying. Still watchers, Little Steve's video is now gone live. You'll be getting a notification.
And if you've just not paid attention for the last 10 minutes, you can go watch it again.
Just you see, you've already got one view.
Right.
That was probably me when I went to do your bloody tags for you. Right. So there we go. Judge Dredd, is it Citizen Kane, which you should be? Yeah. No, yeah. I'm trying to think. I do enjoy Judge Dredd. I enjoyed the Stallone Judge Dredd. I enjoy Carl Urban's Dredd more. Okay. I think it's a better.
It's a different type of movie, though, isn't it?
I think it's a better version of Dredd.
It's the John Wick of Dredd. Judge Dredd, the newer one.
Dredd, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I was laughing at Chris trying to figure out the death T-shirt, the Judge death one, on his video.
I just say, I'm going to start sending him stuff he genuinely can't read.
Yeah,
just so people enjoy the videos.
Put post-it notes on Darth Vader wearing an NHL bloody helmet for him. You know,
I did think, how are you not seeing that? How are you not seeing Darth Vader? He needs glasses, I'm telling you.
Oh.
But
so the link's in there then, ladies and gents. Please come on. I tell you what I have watched this week, Stephen. Was that Killer Sally on Netflix.
Oh yeah, what do you think?
The bodybuilder. I'm getting a bit peeved with Netflix. The first episode of them, right? This one, okay? They all love Ray. The kids are saying they love Ray. The brilliant stepdad, everything else. Couldn't ask for more. The second episode, they said that they hate him. You know, because it's all about the abuse side of it. It's done this, it's done that. Then in the third episode, they're like, but I can understand why it's all happened now. But then the filming her when she's in prison, so it's like she's got no release date. And then by the end of it, she's released. She's at home with the kids. But this happens on every bloody documentary.
It's almost like they have to give you the episodes, not as they happen, but as different points of view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like watching To Make a Murder or something like that. I mean, to be fair, I genuinely think he's innocent. And I think he's been screwed because he was trying to sue the police department, or he did sue the police department and they were pissed. Anyway, that's a proper conspiracy, that one. But the thing is that you watch the episodes and you're like, yeah, definitely innocent. Definitely. I can 100% see why that's happened. And then you watch another episode and you're like, but now I'm not sure. And then another episode, you're like, well, no, I've definitely made my mind up. He's definitely guilty. and then at some point, somewhere down the line, someone does an article saying that some of the party doesn't agree with the documentary.
Mm.
And the thing is that what I think is different about that Sally one, though, is that obviously she's part of the documentary. Now, if you haven't, have you watched the Graham series? 2 episodes in.
Yeah,
No, I haven't. I've got it on my thing to watch.
I have. Mm.
But that Sally one is a bit of a strange one. I mean, it depends which side you believe in it. I mean, if they're adamant that the police services, for whatever you want to call it, the prosecution, they're adamant that she did that maliciously. She planned what she was doing, and she took the time to finish him off. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the way that she plays it out, it's a completely different thing. And if it was that way, you wouldn't say that you would 100% say that she's done it in defense. But then as the story goes on, they start throwing other things in there about how she was genuinely violent to him and he was violent to her, and it was just a very toxic relationship. But he was cheating on her constantly.
Yeah. So Netflix has got this thing about doing this now, and Cherry's on. She watches all these all the time, and she'll probably understand what I mean by this. They set this out where everybody loves the victim in the first episode, and then in the second episode of the then discussing that he's not perfect, and then in the third episode they're like, well, actually, I'm on the side of the murderer here, but then right at the end they flip it back again where everybody's in love with everybody and you can't figure out what the hell has gone on anywhere in. It's like they're struggling to make an actual documentary that makes sense. That Hotel Cecil one, for example, that we watched that for, what was it, 5 episodes?
Something like that, yeah.
And we didn't get any more information out than what you could have read in the first 5 lines of any Wikipedia page or Facebook article.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's almost like you could have stretched it out to about an hour and a half. You could have had it about an hour and a half of a documentary, and but all sides of the story at a sort of timeline that made sense, instead of it being backwards and forwards.
See, you don't get that on Cookie and the Haydens.
I watched Killer Sally as well, and that DA was a misogynistic beep. But like, he really annoyed me. Like, oh well, you wouldn't react like this. Oh, she was so violent, and she had a nap, and that proved that she killed him, and she had malice behind it. She had a nap because she'd been there all night.
Oh yeah, on the floor where she went to sleep on the floor because she'd been there all night.
He'd done his job well though. As soon as they opened up that poster and she had the gun in her hand, and it was just like, did you load the gun? Yes. Did you aim at him? Yes. Did you pull the trigger? Yes. Did you shoot him? Yes. Murder done. Thanks very much.
Not necessarily, but he was an absolute pig.
The biggest problem for her, and I think it was mentioned in the documentary, was it was a time that it said this happened. Whereas now, obviously, they just started doing sort of women's competition for bodybuilding, and it was quite new. But the problem is that for any normal, let's say, normal framed woman, and then you looked at him and you'd be like, Jesus, he's about 5 times the size of her.
But he was still bigger than her.
He was, but
he wasn't much bigger in height.
She could probably throw Steve about.
She's not much bigger than height. I didn't realise she was only 5'3" until the end when she said he was only 5'3". Because when he stood next to him, she looks taller. So he must have been.
I mean, they had to take her pads out of her shoulder pads out of her suit, didn't they? because she was already a large, muscly woman, and that I think that's went against her.
But the fact that his friend was like, "Oh yeah, he was a gentle giant," but you have to watch what you said to him.
Yeah,
It was like,
Yeah, a very short fuse, and
yeah, I'm like that. Those two things don't match.
but that's
but
what
the
I'm saying.
kids had all said that.
The whole documentary was like that, though. It was all contradicting. I loved him, but he used to beat me.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, I loved my stepdad, but then when I said something out of turn, he'd go and get his weight belt and and make me watch him
But
whip
like the
his
kids
sister up.
said, they never interviewed the lad, and the girl told them that they were forever arguing, and he would be physical with the mum.
Hmm.
So I don't understand how any of that, because it's like they didn't put them on the stand, or they didn't put the kid on the lad on the stand.
Yeah,
So-
that was silly as well.
Cora, we're talking about Killer Sally, which is a series on Netflix at the moment.
I think if they'd have put the kid on the stand, either of the kids, then it would have proved it. Well, left her on it longer because she was too upset. It shows the misogynistic side of them again because the girl's too upset to do it. She wanted to be there,
Yeah.
but like I
Again,
hope it's changed now.
Is that just a DA doing his job, though? He's trying to get convicted, so he's asking questions that is literally just going to break a 8-year-old or 13-year-old down on the stand into tears.
I don't know what the thing is that the way he was recently in those interviews, it was almost like he definitely not changed his mind in this period of time that he's talked. It's not like, well, you know what, guys, I had a job to do.
Because of his job. It's worrying because of his job right now. He should be less misogynistic. Because
he did say though this was like superstar for him though, wasn't it? Doing this documentary.
Yeah.
He said I was in the limelight, and they're doing this documentary. He's just bringing me back into the limelight, and he didn't hide that that he's made up. He's being interviewed about it. But
like I say, he's literally sat there and he's almost to the dot said the same things he would have done back then. So it's not like he's gone, look, guys, I had a job to do. My job was to get her convicted. Do I think that maybe it wasn't as bad? No, she was a cold-blooded killer. That was his mind made up, wasn't it?
The blood splatter under the lampshade, though, does sort of suggest it didn't go down the way that she's saying it did.
Yeah, but she also had PTSD.
But so was the two kids after that. The two.
Yeah, but she had it from being a soldier, which can change how you react to things.
The two kids, when they interviewed them, have both got combat PTSD because they were both been in the active.
Yeah, they both went down that same route, didn't they?
Yeah, they followed that sort of family way down. Tradition. So I don't know if. I think I've just got a problem with the way that Netflix structured it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it's not like when you watch Piers Morgan interview the serial killers and they show remorse. They tell you exactly what's gone on. They show a little bit of remorse, but then they go, "Do you know what? I'm not really bothered about what we've done and why we've done it and whatever else. I'm now saving the time."
Hey up, are we getting a Kathy opinion? No,
Dad's coming with tea and he doesn't have a volume switch.
So, the whole Piers Morgan interviewing the serial killer, we get an honest sort of point of view from the serial killer. This is what's happened. This is what I've done, and I'm now saving me time for it. Am I remorseful? No, I'll probably do it again, but I'll give you the reasons why.
Yeah.
This is sort of like I'm giving you an interview, but like you say, that even when she's talking to the interviewer herself, some of the things she says conflicts with what she was saying before.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, but she said, like she said at the start of it, she was like, "Look, this happened many, many years ago. So I might not be completely clear on what it is that's happened, other than obviously the stuff that's stuck in her head. But Like, okay, so what is your coming off the back of that? What is your opinion then?
They were both fucked up on steroids. He was leaving her. She got the gun. She shot him. Done.
So,
Case done.
is that manslaughter or is that defending herself?
It's not defending herself, is it? She's used to being beaten because both in a violent relationship. Yeah. So it's nothing new there.
But at the time, even the kids said that she was being choked.
Yeah, but there's nothing new there. That came out, didn't it?
It was new because one of her friends had been killed. Well, it was not a friend, but it was
She
in
read
the
about
news.
somebody that had been killed through domestic violence or something.
And it was by choking.
Yeah, but the reaction, the action of that is not new to her. The reaction to it is new. But his mates were saying he's gone back there to finish this relationship, knowing what she's like. So
I don't know, because he had it perfectly cushy with her. She was paying all of his bills, and he was going and stepping out, and it was working for him.
Spending Valentine's Day with his mistress.
Yeah,
and she's making all this money for him, and making sure he's fed and all the rest of it. So he had it cushy.
And his ego was bruised because he didn't win that competition.
So did you think the first shot down was self-defense, but the second one to finish him off was different?
Well, that's what they're saying, aren't they? That's the difference between.
Because it's not self-defense, is it? That the second shot's not self-defense if he's on.
But I mean, he was the size of an house, mate. I don't know if that would finish him off one shot. It might not. It
didn't finish him off for a long time either. He went to hospital first. He didn't die straight away, which proves actually the first shot necessarily didn't. Well, even though it did kill him eventually, it wasn't the one that he didn't kill him instantly.
It was the second shot to the face that killed him.
Yeah.
No, they said it was the first shot. It was the internal bleeding that killed him.
But what the point is that that's the reason why the prosecution sort of got what they got out of it, was because she'd shot him again.
Yeah, it was the second shot that's.
But if he was already pissed off, he's going to be a bit more pissed off after he's been shot, isn't he? So he might keep going for you. So you'd probably want to put him down at that point.
And having been a Marine.
Yeah. Yeah, cheers, Kathy. What does the chat think? Who's right here? Because I'm not.
I've been a little bit quiet. I don't think anybody else has seen it.
But well, they don't need to now. But the thing is for me, you're absolutely right, Steve. You come out of each episode going, I now feel completely different than I did an hour ago. And then it flip reverse again. It just literally go back to it.
He was definitely like.
I think Netflix might be worried about how they portray that. What way they portray that as a series.
Maybe.
And that's why they flip-flop all the time.
Yeah. Even though they'll happily... maybe because of previous ones they've made.
2 minutes, guys.
Then they basically out and said that someone was guilty.
But like I say, I'm getting a bit annoyed because they do this all the time now. You know, there's no clear cut. Give me the facts of what happened. Yeah. By all means, interview the witnesses, interview the convicted. You know, but give me the details of the case as well. Give me what sort of evidence you backed both sides off. The defense lawyer didn't really have much to go on in the way of defense, apart from the battered woman syndrome, and that's where the DA just shut him off straight away.
I think it's only 4 episodes, isn't it?
I
think it's only 4 episodes.
Yeah. But go and watch. They're only 40 minutes long. They're only 40 minutes long, Cora. Go and find it on Netflix and tell me next week what you think about this Killer Sally series or documentary or whatever you want to call it.
And maybe they flip flop because they're trying to get people's opinions on it and people to talk about it. So
Yeah.
that's a way to get to people discussing it with other people.
Was it like 3 episodes? Was it 4?
I think I said 4.
But
No.
that one about the father, the priest, and the doctor that was injecting his.
Sounds like a joke, then, doesn't it? Like the Englishman, the Irishman, the Scotsman.
Yeah. Me priest, that's really me dad, and I've got 72 half brothers and sisters. You know, that one was good because it set you out the backstory. It set you out what was going on. It gave you evidence of what was going on. It shows you how they got to where they got to, and then the bloke went, "Yeah, I did it."
Yeah.
You know, and it opened up to another 112 doctors in the States doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But that one that had a structured build to it where you're getting the whole picture as it goes on. This one sort of give you the picture, then took pieces out of it, then put it into another jigsaw and then flipped it in. Yeah, it was just, it's a bit, but like I said, they've got a habit of doing that now, unfortunately, Netflix, and it just ruins it for me because
I prefer the layout you're talking about because they do it on like Channel 5 and 4, like when they're doing documentaries about like serial killers and the rest of it.
Yeah. So what else have you watched this week then?
Well, I watched The Devil Himself and His Bastard Son. That was really good. I think it's The Devil Himself and His Bastard Son. That's the name of it.
That seems like a long fucking.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Right. So does that start off with Jesus and or Eve in the garden?
No, it's no, it's more violent than that. It's actually quite violent.
Coro's saying he'll probably have a look at it. My mum would like it. Does it have lots of sex and violence? No, it doesn't really, to be honest.
They talk about it. Well, they talk about violence.
Yeah. So Lana went to see Pray for the Devil.
Did she?
Yeah, she really
got a
enjoyed
date, did she?
She went with a cousin, the one that she went on holiday with.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
You know me and horrors. I don't really do horror films and stuff like that.
Did you not want to be the brave husband and go with her?
No. I was sick, wasn't I? I was ill.
I thought she got to the gym that night.
No, I was ill. I've been ill for a couple of days, Steve.
Oh, no, mate. You're my little blossom flower.
Yeah, I'm a little trooper. I got a little well-behaved.
You're a trooper, you.
Yeah.
Just fragile.
Sorry?
Just fragile.
Fragile, yeah. You wouldn't believe it. With all my extra padding, you wouldn't believe it. So what we were talking about then. Oh, yeah, so they Pray for the Devil. She said she really did enjoy it. She said it was a really good film. And you probably would enjoy it. So
I watched a few like thriller types over Halloween.
Oh yeah.
I watched the Devil's Hour, which has got the Doctor in it.
Not Lewis Capaldi, David.
The other Capaldi. Yeah.
Peter Capaldi.
Lewis Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi. And got Peter Capaldi in it. That was quite interesting. And I watched The Chalk Line, which is a film on Netflix, but it's dubbed.
Oh, okay.
Someone's just sent me an offer on Vinted. I'm looking at Defiance season 1 to 3 on Blu-ray, and they had it over 25 quid. So I've favorited it, and they've come back with 18 quid.
Bloody hell.
I might have a look at that actually.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, Defiance season 1 to 3. I'm still pissed that your dad's got Firefly on Blu-ray. Yeah.
I definitely don't think he's agile, Dave.
What?
Dave says agile in the chat.
Agile.
Mum's just said it's because he doesn't understand the word fragile because he's a postman.
Yeah, that's true. Fucking damn true after this week.
Yeah. What have I watched this week, movie-wise? I've watched Total Recall.
Yeah, for a change.
The Schwarzenegger one.
Yeah.
I've watched Beverly Hills Cop today. That was quite funny. That I forgot how funny the original Beverly Hills Cop movie is. Eddie Murphy's brilliant, and one of the Wayne brothers is in there, isn't he? I have fine Blu-ray too. You hate me too. Yeah, I do, Coro. Yeah. Lee got his still sealed though, which really did annoy me. Beverly Hills Cop, and I watched the first Karate Kid as well today.
The original.
The original Karate Kid, yes. Yeah.
You could spend your time watching the stuff that you haven't seen, like Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Well, I commented on a YouTube channel video today, and he's got a goal of going through all the films that he owns that he's never actually watched. I said that
yours would take about an hour, maybe 2.
Yeah, that I don't have that many films now.
Exactly, you'd take a day and you're done.
But can you just imagine though how many reviews I'll get through in a day? I could schedule at least.
Is that why you've not come back on a stream, Caro? It's because he hates you.
But
really.
No, I only hate them because I haven't got it. There's a couple of series that I would love to have. Firefly's one of them, with a copy of Serenity to go with it, obviously.
Yeah, you were genuinely pissed off. I had this bloody Judge Dredd. I'm like, hang on a second. I just sent you a fucking parcel of stuff. And you're like, oh, Steve. And I'm like, no, I know. I've spent ages waiting to get this movie.
I was pissed that he got that because, like I say, you look at it and you can't find it anywhere. Ronnie Cox, yeah, I've gone in a bit of a Ronnie Cox binge at the moment, Coro, to be fair, because I've watched RoboCop, I watched Total Recall, I watched Beverly Hills Cop, and he's in all of these films all of a sudden. Ronnie Cox is just appearing everywhere. It's just like, that's just not, it's just funny how that things happen. Around, yeah, what was it? What was was it Around the World with Kevin Bacon or something? That's why he ended up on the EE adverts. That was the game, wasn't it?
Really?
Yeah, that's how he ended up on the EE adverts to start off with. That's why. Also, never asked me back again.
Yeah, I don't think you've had your date yet, have you?
He's talking about when I was in work, and he's convinced it was a date. It was a Halloween party at work.
Oh, so he's not talking about the Andrew date. I mean, Barty.
Barty.
Disguised as a dog walk.
You haven't signed up for that. Did I miss that? Did I?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was well excited. It's a Barty date.
I do have 2 dogs. I do like dogs, you know.
So does Andrew.
That's horrible.
I know.
Backhanded comment.
That was rude.
I'm real.
Dogs.
Apparently, my mum's fallen out with you already.
He did mean dogs, to be fair. He just doesn't realise what his mouth opens before his brain starts to work.
Yeah.
You have a brain?
Well, sitting there somewhere.
After I was watching Mortal Kombat.
It flits between a few things. Speaking of a few things, I'm only going to bring this up as I don't want it to be a conversation, but I will bring it up. It's 25 years since Starship Troopers was released. I think this week.
Mm-hmm.
End of conversation. Back to the dogs. So, so when is it then? When is your dog walk?
Not actually planned it.
Shocking. Yeah, they've got a dog walk. Are you having the dog walk around your area, or somewhere a bit more romantic, like Wrexham?
Is he
That
coming?
Fall out with you.
Pub of love.
Is he coming up to see you? Is he so you can walk the dog to your pub and you can show him off to your mates? I meant Barty, by the way, not Andrew.
Yeah, the dog, of course. That's all we're talking about.
Yeah.
Not your obvious date with Andrew.
It's all I'm just gonna sigh. I don't have anything else to say to you. I'm not rising to it. I'm just gonna sigh.
I hope he does a live. That'll be good.
Live dog walk.
Dog walking with Andrew.
Dog walking with Andrew.
He literally was on a live like last night or something. I was like, I'm gonna say, hey, Friday.
I didn't see.
Oh, he just goes live whenever he wants, doesn't he?
Well, it was a drinking / listing with Andrew, so it was on for about 3 hours.
It makes me laugh when he does a drinking stroke listing with Andrew because he never knows what the fuck he's listing and what for by the time
But
he
he's
gets.
concentrating, so you're just looking at him, looking at a screen.
Yeah. Right, movie chats meetup.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to move it to the end of March, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Because someone's decided they're going to crash our party and schedule their own. So we're going to move ours till the end of March. So I'll firm up a date. I'll put a group on Facebook, make it all nice and official. I'll put it out on Instagram as well. So we're Instagram official. And we've got no excuses. So are we all set on Chester? Is that what we were agreeing?
It's up to you, mate. It doesn't make a difference to me. I'm travelling regardless.
Okay, so Chester then. Chester sounds good to me because it's got good train links. People can get in and out of Chester, and you know it's all on one level, so your mum can run me over in the mobility scooter.
Just make sure your dad's wearing something waterproof in case he spits on him again.
At least he wears glasses.
I can imagine it being like one of those fucking 80s like airplane movies where they've got like things like that. They just go across the glasses.
That's really what he needs.
Well, oh, please let him turn up on a face visor thing.
Yeah, I'll bring one of my hard hats with the face visor down.
This is for you. You're going to need it.
There's plenty of hotels knocking around, Kathy. You'll be fine. You'll be all right. So, yeah, we'll get that booked for the end of March. And like I say, we'll firm up which weekend it is so you can all book your hotels, etc. Stevie, I take it you'll be staying with us again, my friend?
Yeah, close. Yeah, as long as it's not the 31st of March. Make sure it's earlier than that.
Yeah, and we'll invite Chris and Belle as well so they'll probably might want to stay here as well.
Oh, bless you, Curo. I wish you could come, mate.
Yeah,
but Steve's not that interested to be around, so I wouldn't worry if he can't make it.
My mum says middle March because that's her birthday.
Middle of March.
Fucking hell. Kathy's after a bloody birthday party.
Yeah.
That's it, you see. Free of charge, and it might be the first time to actually have guests at a birthday party.
Whatever, mate, up to you.
You deserved it.
She loves me, really.
I'm saying that dog walk hasn't happened by March.
Probably not.
He'll probably save it till March.
When are we looking here? Month, March.
So, Curo, actually had a question.
The 18th or 25th.
Okay. I'd probably be best with the 18th.
The 18th?
Probably around the 18th would be probably best.
18th of March. There we go.
No, yeah, you're really bad at English, Caro. Terrible.
Although the 19th is Mother's Day, just to put that out there.
Mm.
So the 25th then.
Can do.
The 25th. 25th of March. There we go.
Then the 26th, the daylight saving time starts. Does that mean the clocks go forward?
Yeah.
So one less hour in bed on the Sunday.
You're just going to find any excuse now, little Steve.
He is.
I'm just,
He is,
I'm
isn't
just
he?
telling you.
The 25th. We're going
fine.
the 25th.
It's fine. I'm happy with that.
Right.
I was
the
happy with
25th.
January, but you know.
Yeah, well,
Well, I did have a couple of people message me, though, saying that they can't make it because they were going to the other one. So they're going to do 2 in the month.
Yeah.
that's true.
So
Yeah, it's breaking up a bit.
that was the problem. Not that I wouldn't be happy with just the handful of us turning up.
It's all right, Carrer.
I just want
Technically,
to give the people that wanted to come to our one as well as Nick's and the chance.
Steve doesn't speak much English, so you'll be all right.
He
Right,
doesn't.
which part of it are you having problems with? Because
He said, also, I don't understand English, so might be a problem. I can understand you a lot because you all have thick accents, which helps. Kathy said you call it Steve thick.
I'm fat, not thick.
Let's go back to the actual movie stuff. Coro did say a little bit earlier on, is there anything coming out? What's your next movie you'll like to see in the cinemas?
There isn't anything now that's taking me fancy at the cinema. It'll probably be Avatar 2.
Yeah.
That'll be the next one for me. There isn't anything the rest of this year or the first couple of months of next year that has taken me fancy, if I'm being honest.
I'd quite like to see Black Panther in theatres, but I don't think I'm going to go see it.
It's got like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes at the minute, so it's doing well.
I'm going to have to wait until it comes out at home.
Yeah, I won't be going to see that. You don't need to be afraid of little Steve, honestly. I just have to stand up for myself on here because Big Steve bullies me.
Well, you're the one that bullied me to the point where I nearly died at the start of the stream.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking of the insurance money for Lana.
It's my death in service payment that she gets more out of.
Well, you never work, so I don't know if she thinks she's getting anything.
But I'm still in employment, though, so that's the thing. I attend work. I don't actually do any. I just attend.
Attend. That's attending work. Even that's a bit.
Much work.
Not sure about that one.
All right, I just moved my mouse around. What is coming out? Reach Black Panther. We were talking Black Panther 2 there. I'm not. Are you buying into the big fuss about Black Panther? Because it seems to have kicked off again about the Oscars and how it should win all sorts of awards and everything. And this happened with Black Panther 1, didn't it? Where it was sort of like the next big best thing. And are you buying into it? Because Black Panther wasn't really that great, was it? Really, if I can remember it correctly.
No, it's it's a bit of a controversial one, isn't it? Because I mean, there was even people saying that in fact, some celebs had come out and suggested that it should only be black people that go and see it on the premiere weekend, and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, really, what you on about? It's I don't know. I'm not saying it's not going to be a good movie. It might very well be.
I have high expectations of it, but that's because they've had so long to work on it.
But it's definitely definitely been hyped up by two different people, two different things really. Obviously, the actor dying being one of them, and how they were going to address that. And obviously how successful the first one was, being an all-black cast.
See, the thing about Boseman dying is he didn't die on set. He died after the release of the first one. So it's not like The Crow or something like that where they had to change actor and film scenes of somebody else doing the part. So, yes, it's sad that that's done. But it's just the same as the new Captain America, though, isn't it? It's just that they just moved the title to another character within the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they are addressing the fact that he died.
Yeah. But that's just more Disney paying homage to Boseman. It's not. I don't think it needed to be in the film. I don't think it's a big. They could have got away with it in a different way.
Mm.
You know,
I think actually doing that though, it's better than just going, "Oh, there's a new one." I prefer it when they don't just switch faces and like, "Oh yeah, it's the same person" or whatever.
No, I'm not saying that they need to make it the same
No,
character.
I know.
What I'm saying is that they can address it in the first couple of minutes of the film. They don't need to make that as a major plot point in the film. They can just address it in the film that it's now moving on. You've got a succession to a dead character. You know,
Yeah.
The whole. If you respect black people, you wouldn't go to see it opening weekend. That's just a ridiculous argument for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm only. And I must stress, I am literally only. I'm only sort of saying exactly what I heard.
No, I know, and it's been quite vocal on social media this week and all that stuff. But I don't know why, in this day and age, and I made the point of Red Dwarf last week about it's a 4-man cast. 2 of them are black, 2 of them are white, and race and sex and orientation and all that stuff never got mentioned in 13 years of the show. So, or 40 years of the show, or whenever, or 30 years of it, or whenever it is. So it's never been mentioned any about that, and it's never been done. But we're celebrating now, and the first one, yes, brilliant. But the second one, I don't know why it's still a focus. That it's an all black cast
because they haven't had it before. But that's literally with Black Panther.
Yeah,
and then a few others.
But they've had black leading men superheroes before. They've had black leading men in multiple mega blockbuster movies.
Yeah, but that's black leading men. That's not a whole cast.
Yeah.
But they had the whole cast in Black Panther. So why are we celebrating the fact that we've got a whole black cast again in Black Panther 2?
Because it's the same.
It doesn't happen. It's like when women do it, it doesn't happen enough.
Yeah.
Because like when you have all women doing it, it's like it's something different because women don't tend to go into it.
Lee just muttered shaft. Yeah.
Yeah. You've got. I'm not being awkward in any shape or form.
No.
Yeah. It is. We've already celebrated that once. Let's do it again. I don't understand why.
Well, why not?
Because you can't. In this hand, Hollywood can't go on about diversity. You need white, black, Chinese, Indian, whatever, changing male characters to female characters and transgender characters into whatever. You can't have that in this hand and then celebrate a whole black cast in this one.
I think you can.
I don't think you can. You can't have diversity and inclusivity in diversity and inclusivity on this hand, but then exclude everybody in this hand. You can't do it.
Yeah.
I disagree, but I don't want to get into it because we're on a live YouTube. But I disagree. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
You be the thing of sense.
Yeah. So
rude. That's rude.
The voice of sense. Anyway, so Kuro said heard good things about The Whale with Brandon Fraser. I've heard that I haven't seen the trailers for that, but I've heard that he's pretty much back in that movie.
I've heard mixed reviews for that. Really,
Brandon Fraser's supposed to be sort of because he's had a bit of a hiatus, hasn't he, when it comes to being in a movie. But
I think partly because he gained weight. That's what he's blamed it on. And he wasn't as attractive as he was when he started.
Okay.
Well,
that's what they've said.
He's gone big though, hasn't he? Figuratively, he's quite big.
Yeah, but the fact that he's back is good though, because like I say, I mean, I loved him in some of his earlier stuff. Like it was good.
I don't
I
know.
do need a cup of chocolate. Chocolate.
Hot.
You can walk Barty to a hot chocolate place and get a hot chocolate. You'll be fine.
Under the stars at this time.
Under
At
the
this,
stars, yeah.
dark.
Hot chocolate, marshmallows, and a nice dog walk down the country lanes.
See, we're just planting that image in her head for her.
It will happen. It will happen.
Chocolate is toxic to dogs.
Chocolate is toxic to dogs.
Well, the dog's
Look, I
not
could
drinking it.
Look, Dave has said Starbucks, and they do a pup cup.
Yeah, that's true. Directed by Darren Aronofsky. So probably be depressing as fuck. That's very true. Dave's gone with Starbucks.
Yeah, they do pup cups.
That's just another way of making money, in it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Well, if it comes up to you, does your pub put like dog bowls outside for water and stuff? Is it dog friendly? Well, there you go then. And you can drive up and you and Barty can have your date in your pub with all your mates.
Thank you. I'm not
if you leave
repeating
it
what you
too
said,
long,
this
you'll
is
end up
great.
on the 5k run with him doing the date.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, but I'll be alongside him doing that though.
Yeah, but you can guarantee the dog will be doing it.
I'd have to borrow my mum's scooter.
Stopping off for a nap.
I need to get out and do some road running. You know, I can do it on the treadmill and I can do it on a cross runner, but road running seems to hurt my knees, so I need to get out there and do it properly.
Need some nice spandex trousers to make sure you're aerodynamic, Steve.
No, no matter how much
Shave his legs.
no matter how much shaving or spandex, I'll never be aerodynamic. You know, unless you're classing a shape of a football as aerodynamic. You know,
we're talking American football.
Yeah, I'll never be aerodynamic. But it doesn't make me slow either. I'm quite quick for a fat lad. So
and I've told you, what you do on a trampoline is not humanly possible. It defies science. Honestly. How your body moves in the air just defies gravity.
Yeah, yeah. I need to get back on the trampoline again at some point.
I had a dream I was on the trampoline the other day. I couldn't.
Your life's going up and down all the time. Is that basically what the philosophy was?
No, I used to be a trampolinist.
Oh yeah, I remember having this YouTube going into a conversation for about an hour.
They're called gymnasts now, aren't they?
Why?
Because they're part of Great Britain. They're part of GB now, aren't they? So it's the gymnasts.
So you were a gymnast, Cherry. That's what you say.
I did gymnastics too, but then I started trampolining.
That's because your mum wanted to sign you up to as many clubs as possible, so you were not there.
She went with me.
She could drop you off and leave you for 3 hours.
No, she went with me. I don't know how. Because
she had a bad landing.
No, you'd sit and watch, and I don't understand how you could sit and watch little kids try and do a forward roll for how long it was.
Because it's genuinely entertaining, I would imagine.
I brought Lana. Well, when we first got together, I took Lana to a competition up in Wigan, and we were up in Robin Park for the day. And it was, I thought Northwest closed. I thought it'll be a great sort of day for her to see. Or, you know, the second day's all big competitors, isn't it? Big routines, big tariffs. And she sat there and she was so fucking bored.
Yeah, because you were the one doing stuff, and she sat there like a parent.
I was chair judge on the panel, so I was busy all day, you know. So and I left her in the stands
And
watching.
you thought that would be a good idea to leave her in the stands watching other people.
Yeah.
I mean, at least if you were sat next to her, you could talk to each other. Did you hear that? That people pay lots of money to go watch competitions.
Mm.
And you took her for free. I tell you what, you know how to spoil a woman, don't you?
Yeah, of course I do.
Right, love. I'll see you in about 8 hours.
Yeah, well, it's a bit longer there because when you charge it, you've got to get there to set up. So you're there about 7:30. You don't leave until about 6 at night because you've got to put it all down and make sure everyone's out and stuff like that. And yeah, it's you forget how much of a long day it is when you're not actually doing anything.
Oh my
And
God.
you need money. My mum was just saying you need money for the vending machines because there's always vending machines.
But if you're up at Robin Park as well, there's the business park there, so there's the big like super drug and all that lot. So you need all money for all of that, don't you? And yeah.
Me, Mum, want to watch something fun? She like what? Me, Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, that's a laugh a minute. I don't know why she decided that weren't a good idea, Kuro. Bloody
No,
hell.
so I do need to get on a trampoline again. I've been working on.
You've been off it like a week.
I'm working on towards getting me doubles and me off and back outs back as well. So it should be. It's interesting.
You're just basically going up and down, up and down.
That's the sport.
Yeah.
And if you stay on, it's a bonus.
That's very true.
At least, like, although I was terrible at competitions, at least I never came off the trampoline.
See, I was the other way around. I used to get on the trampoline and say to me chair judge 5. And he goes, "You sure?" "Yeah, that's right. Move the spotter to the end deck. Move 5. Bang. Gone. Done. Get back on. Finish off. Done. You know, only 5 count. Yeah, only 4 counts. I didn't finish the 5th. And off you go.
Right.
Competitions it was just a means to an end of competitions. It was amazing if I turned up to one sober. Because you used to go out the night before. We went to a nationals down in Cardiff, and we got into Cardiff that afternoon. We went out drinking 4 o'clock through till say 3 in the morning, and we were competing at 10. And we'd only just been out. We got back to the hotel, got showered, got changed, went off to the sports hall, and competed. Yeah, it's good fun.
Usually that's quite dangerous. Usually that's quite dangerous.
It's
Hey,
dangerous.
video tasties. Hope you well.
It's dangerous competing sober.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get back to the channel.
I told you we've gone off script.
Yeah, off script is probably about right.
So when do you start watching your Christmas films, Steve?
About 2 weeks before Christmas.
What about you, Steve?
If I had my way, If I had my way, the Christmas decorations will go up the day before Christmas Eve and come down Boxing Day.
I must admit, I am pretty much the same as that, but that's not the way it works out.
I've got a friend in work that's already watching Christmas movies.
No.
I've seen a few still already watching them. They've already got their decorations up too.
No, the day before Christmas Eve, the decky should go up, and Boxing Night they should come down. Done. And whoever says that New Year's Eve is still part of this festive period,
he's lying.
I mean, it is technically.
It's not.
12 nights of Christmas.
It's just the same as bonfire nights, nothing to do with Halloween. It's happens in the same week.
You do, Dad?
I just want that.
What?
What's your dad say? What's that? Oh.
I can't see that.
It's remember it's Sunday this Sunday, isn't it?
Dad. Anyway.
What's she? Kuro's asking. What's your favourite Christmas movies, Cherry?
Arthur Christmas,
Okay,
Muppets Christmas Carol,
perfect.
and Elf.
There you go. There's your answer.
Santa Claus the movie is the best Christmas movie of all time.
What about you, little Steve?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Home Alone, Muppets Christmas Carol, Die Hard.
It's on the basis of who was it that said last week or the week
Snowman.
before? Oh, it was Chris. Chris on his channel said just because a film is set at Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas film.
You cannot watch a Christmas movie in May.
Yeah, but is Home Alone classed as a Christmas film? Just because it's set at Christmas, is it a Christmas film?
Yeah,
because it's weird. It's weird watching a film where it's all like sparkly and Christmassy, and it's not Christmas.
So does that mean Gremlins is a Christmas film?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. Anything remotely to do with Christmas, Bad Mums, all that sort of good stuff.
I think Big Steve disagrees. I don't know. I can't read his face.
Big Steve can jog on. Big Steve hasn't got a clue.
Big Steve's a Grinch anyway.
He doesn't celebrate Christmas.
If I had my way, Lana could have all her presents early. In fact, we did that one year because we were both working Christmas. We had Christmas a week early. Just got it out the way.
There it is.
We can not cancelled Christmas. Cancelled Christmas Day and moved it to Boxing Day because I was supposed to be working one year, and then I didn't work. So Christmas Day we all just slept. Well, we don't know what to do now.
You know what? I did that New Year's Eve. I'd rather sleep over New Year's Eve than be involved in all the bloody, Happy New Year. But when
Last Matrix is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. New Year's Eve, you're going to get around the table with family that you've not seen all year going, Happy New Year, we're going to have to see you more next year. No, you're not. Fuck off, dickhead.
You just hate cheer.
He just
I
hates
cheer.
fun in general, smiling, that sort of thing.
I hate fake cheer.
I've got that to watch this
I mean,
year.
that's understandable, I suppose. I've not seen that one.
That's a Martin Freeman's in it.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Spirit.
Yeah, that's.
But it's on Apple Plus.
Yeah.
Bit of a non. Everyone, I saw the comments on the Instagram when they put the advert up, the trailer, and they all went Apple Plus. You had me up until that moment.
That question, Kathy, is like putting it's complicated as your relationship status on Facebook.
They just generally don't like him, by the sounds of it. He's a miserable sod. That's a good one. Santa Claus with Tim Allen in.
It's like New Year's resolutions, though, isn't it? Oh, I'm going to eat healthier. Oh, I'm going to stop drinking this year, but it's 5 past midnight in the new year and I've still got a beer in my hand. Well, you fucked that one up already, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's pointless.
And just because a die-hard producer's got it wrong and put it out in summer doesn't mean it's not a Christmas movie.
To be fair, it's probably like there is quite a few times where the cinemas release things after the fact, don't they? I mean, it's like, as an example, Scream, I would imagine that should have come out in fucking Halloween at time, but it weren't released until January. You've had Christmas movies released in March. So it's not always the way.
Coro says he loves watching musicals from the golden age of Hollywood around Christmas. Is that like Singing in the Rain and all that?
Sound of Music's good.
No, this is what I'm saying, Dave. Right? It's got a Christmas tree. It's got presents. It's got snow. It's set at Christmas. Does it make a Christmas film?
What was the other one? Was it Hawkeye? Yeah, it was Hawkeye.
Yeah, that was set at Christmas. But the whole series of Hawkeye was him trying to get home for Christmas.
I'm frozen.
Planes, Trains and Automobiles. There's another fun one. That's Thanksgiving, innit?
Mm.
But I'll still watch that at this time of year. What else we got?
You know, and I think that was the point that Chris was trying to make on Monday, wasn't he, when he shot Belle down? Because I know Belle likes watching their Christmas 24. That because a film is set around Christmas, is it technically a Christmas film?
I think so.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think it's weird watching it in summer when it's like.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
freezing
right.
cold.
Doesn't feel right at all. You literally have to watch it at Christmas. But I think
I actually haven't seen Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's the original, which was released during the summer. I'm thinking of one in the 90s though. Miracle on 34th Street.
See, Dave's got another good point here. When he was small, he always loved Christmas movies like Star Wars and Superman. Yes, they are movies that are always shown at Christmas time.
Yeah. I was just about to say that, to be fair. A lot of them have been less and less over the last...
Yeah, the Christmas TV the last couple of years has been shocking.
It's absolutely terrible.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, for the 25th time. I'd just like it if they actually did like a day's worth of older movies and then next generation, the next day or whatever. Without
the 15 versions of Bond.
Oh, there's definitely at least a Bond movie on, isn't there? Then we get something like Jason and the Argonauts or something, which is a good movie, but it's typically not a Christmas movie.
Speaking of not Christmas movies.
There we go. That's the third time today. You done it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, Kathy's got me on this one, unfortunately. Star Wars Superman. Do you know what? The only time I watch Die Hard that's not at Christmas is when it's on the telly, and I catch it. Because I tend to watch movies just because they're on the TV, like I haven't already got them. I don't know why. Where did the cake come from, Big Steve? You've been stashing that, or have you had like a production help?
I have a cup of tea and like a breakfast bar or cake before bread.
See, you didn't watch it earlier on, did you? Chris had some fizzy drink, and everyone was telling him not to bloody drink fizzy drinks.
Which one was he drinking?
It was one of those Aldi things or whatever.
We tried those Aldi mocktail ones, the new ones, or the kiwi and blueberry
sugar free. You were saying?
Well,
it was sugar free, I think.
Yeah, they all are now. The Vive ones.
Yeah.
Well, those little bottles. I said those little bottles. Those 3/4 litre bottles of root beer that we get. There's only 9 calories in a bottle. So those fizzy pops are only about 6 or 7 calories in a bottle.
So Kathy's fucking putting it out there today, isn't she? It's the Great Escape, a Christmas movie. No.
Now,
Insidious is a great Christmas film.
Insidious in general is a rubbish film, to be fair. It's rubbish all year.
You like Insidious, don't you, Steve?
I don't mind Insidious.
I thought it was rubbish.
Not yet, I'm answering. I was saying little Steve. Not yet, Kuro. I've got many 4K movies, but I don't have the 4K TV yet to go with it. But I am preparing for the future.
Oh. All right, candy store from Home and Bargains. That's not the same as the
is that what it was?
Aldi stuff.
Hey, tell you what, if it's sugar free, I might have to go and pick some up.
They're all right. You can get like candy floss and stuff like that. They're not bad, but if you go into Home and Bargains or somewhere like that, Lana's addicted to the blue pop. Do you know the blue fizzy pop?
Addicted?
Yeah.
She's just wanting one more can.
She's addicted to wine and blue pop at the moment.
No, that's just to numb the pain of living with you.
That's to try
like,
to get the memory of watching fucking Carrer.
I like the vanilla Dr. Pepper that they keep getting in with actual sugar
Yeah.
because I can drink it.
Mm.
They've been getting actual sugar cans.
Really?
Root beer from Aldi is lovely. If you can get it in, when we can find an Aldi that's got it in, I just buy about 20 bottles of it and just fill the fridge.
Oh dear.
Don't blame you. We've been known to do that too. And Wizard of Oz is a good film any time of year, Coral. I meant to say that a while ago.
Mm. Right, ladies and gents, it is 25 to 10. You can see that I am finishing early tomorrow because I've stayed up a little bit later. Old Man Collector finally. Oh,
bless you.
They joined us just as we're saying bye.
They have been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
So, just to recap, ladies and gentlemen, Face Off is better than Carrer, no matter what Little Steve says. We are looking at The Evil Dead next week is our homework movie, and we have got a special Tom Hanks sort of themed show next week with a special guest of Cookie and the Haydens of Carby Chris. Cherry, are you going to join us for Tom Hanks next week?
If I'm awake.
We need to get this commitment up. This is
It's the time of year. Like this time of year, my health really, really sucks, and I end up like hibernating.
Have you met Steve?
I'm just really bad at being awake.
My lungs on the way of healing. Thank you very much. I'll be right in the next day or so. I'm all right today. I can actually breathe today. I've spent 2 days shallow breathing, and this little bellend's taking the piss out of me. I've sounded like Darth Vader for most of the week.
Next week will be the tribute show to Big Steve and the life that he led.
Oh no!
Because he literally just went, "I'll be fine by tomorrow." Honest.
you can hear it now. That I'm laughing at the wheezing.
Like that dog out of is it Lock, Stock or Snatch?
Or Motley. He's got nothing in his mouth. He's all right. He won't spit.
Look, once I've done that, and I've only
once
met your dad
so
twice.
far.
He's only met him once.
I've only met your dad twice, and once I spat at him by accident.
Are you sure it was an accident?
Because the second time his dad kept the distance.
It's because your mum made me laugh. She waited for me to take a big sup of my coffee and then made me laugh, and then I choked on it, and then it just ended up.
You said it wasn't even that funny.
No, your mum's not that funny, I know, and I don't know why I laughed, but I did.
Rude.
Right, let's wrap it up.
Anyway, where
And thank you, Carol, for the compliment. I think it's a compliment. There's a lot of scary movies out there.
Be careful, Big Steve. Yes, right. I know. I need to look after myself. Right. Anyway, so where are we? Getting ran over by Kathy. Right. Yes, that's what. Right.
Gonna do it on purpose now.
So next week is Tom Hanks. We're looking at The Evil Dead. Now, don't forget to like this video. If you've got any movies that you'd like to add to the wheel, then please comment once this video has gone live. We'll pick it up. Steve and I do read our comments, and we do like replying to you as well. So we have some interesting conversations going on in the video comments.
Especially if it's a really good movie.
Yeah, if it's a really good movie. Yeah. Anyway, so we're also on Facebook via Movie Chats and Film Geeks Facebook page, and we're on Instagram at Movie Chats _ 2021. So thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you on the next video.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to go and check out Little Steve's video because that went live about an hour ago. All right, catch you in a bit. Bye-bye.